Selamat datang kembali. This is episode 2 of Bali Unveiled. Yes, I understood that it was unveiled and not unveiled. This episode is about visas because before entering Indonesia and therefore Bali, you'll need one, except in certain cases that I will discuss just now. Little disclaimer before we discuss visas. Just know that the information that I'm giving is true for August 2023 and it may change for any reason. So be sure to check on official sites if you're watching this in the future because it may vary. If you're part of any ASEAN countries listed here or Timor Leste, you won't need a visa if you're staying less than 30 days. So come. Before we continue, I just want to tell a little story about myself. So I used to have 2 passports, Indonesian and French, because of my father and mother. But Indonesia doesn't allow double nationality, and at 18 I had to renounce on my Indonesian passport. So now I only have the French one. Last year I came back to Indonesia for the first time after that renouncing part. And I had to have a visa. I was going back to my country where I lived most of my childhood, and I lived more in Bali than anywhere else in the world. And I still had to get a visa because I wasn't Indonesian anymore. And this year I'm doing an internship in Bali too, and I had to have another visa, one that I will discuss after. But do you understand? If you understand my frustration towards that, comment below, because that is something that really I don't have the words for it. And I mean, why can't I go back to my country without a visa, right? I'm considered a tourist here, even though I'm a local. So yeah. So as we go back to a visa for you, the simplest one is VOA, visa on arrival. So when you arrive in any airport or seaport in Indonesia or Bali, you'll be able to apply for one, and you just need to pay 500,000 rupiah. You need to have a valid passport 6 months before it expires and be a part of these 90 countries. There's a list that I will just put here. If you're not part of that, you'll need to apply for another visa. But if you're part of these 90 countries, you can also do this visa on arrival online. So the e-visa. It's the same process, you need to pay the same fee, but it's easier when you arrive at the airport. You don't need to do the long immigration queues. You can easily do it at your home, apply for the visa, you'll receive it in a few days, I think, and that's it. And know that this visa, VOA, is for a stay of 30 days, and you can renew it one time. So in a total of 60 days. That's for VOA. I'll just give a recap of VOA right here. Now the B211A, that is the social visit visa, which is a visa for 60 days, and it is renewable 2 times. So for a total of 180 days. That is the visa that I have right now because I am doing an internship, and it's more than for tourism purposes, social visit or internship or other business affairs, anything else, for longer stays. So you'll be able to stay 6 months with that visa, but you need to renew every 2 months. And to apply for this visa, you'll need to either go through an agent or do it yourself by going on the official website and doing all the formalities for it. This is also for people whose nationality is not figured in the VOA list. You'll need to apply for this visa. I want to give a bit more details about the immigration process. So when you want to renew your visa, VOA or B211A, you'll need to go to the immigration office, either by scheduling something or going directly there. They just need a few pictures, fingerprints, and a signature. I think that's it. But if you're going through an agent, you just need to go once, and if you don't have an agent, you'll need to go 3 times, I think. But the difference in fee is not that much, so going through an agent is easier and it's not that expensive. Those are for the shorter stays, but if you want to stay longer or if you want to work, you'll need to apply for a work permit, work visa, which is called kitas. And there are also other long-term visas that gives you multiple entry, because for VOA and B211A, you won't be able to exit the country. You'll need to stay in Indonesia. You can, of course, go from Bali to Lombok or Java or Borneo or other islands in Indonesia, but you can't go out. You'll need to renew or apply for a new visa if you come back. A little word on visa runs. So if you're only interested in VOAs, you can renew 1 time, so you have 2 months. But if you want to stay longer in Bali, what you can do is a visa run. So everywhere in the world it's pretty practical and useful in a lot of cases, where you go out of the country. For this instance, Indonesia, you go to Singapore, Australia, Malaysia, Thailand. You can visit there a few days or just 1 day, and you come back to Indonesia and you reapply a new visa, the new VOA or B211A, and you'll be able to stay longer in Bali or Indonesia. So that's a pretty common thing to do. So if you're interested, you can just go out of the country and come back. Terima kasih banyak. Thank you for listening. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. And if you just want to learn a few things about Bali, I have a whole playlist on Bali. Check it out, and I'll see you in the next one. See you in Bali, maybe.